Have you ever crossed paths with a blackbird and thought, look, a crow? The curious thing is, you were probably looking at a rook, and you didn't even know it. These two birds, wrapped in legends, symbols of intelligence and mystery, look so much alike that even the most observant can confuse them. But beneath those dark feathers lie surprising details that set them apart far more than you'd imagine. Did you know, for example, that ravens can mimic the human voice almost as well as a parrot? And that rooks are so sociable that if one finds food, it can call the rest of its group to share it? In this video, we're going to unravel the real differences between ravens and rooks. I promise that by the end, you'll never see them the same way again. Ravens, Corvus corax, are the largest of the corvids. They can reach up to 70 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of 1.2 meters. They're huge, almost hawk-sized. Their bills are thick and curved, and their plumage is black with bluish and purple sheen. By contrast, rooks, Corvus frugiligus, are smaller, around 45 to 50 centimeters, and have a slimmer look. The most distinctive feature of the adult rook is the featherless base of its bill, which gives it a bonier, almost sinister appearance. Their movements are nervier, more electric. When flying, ravens have long wings with splayed, finger-like feathers at the tips and a wedge-shaped tail. Rooks have more rounded wings and a straighter, shorter tail. The raven has a deep, hoarse, almost guttural croak that seems to rise from the depths of an enchanted forest. The rook throws out shorter, sharper caws, as if it were arguing with its companions. Their calls are social and constant, as if they never want to be quiet. This simple detail can help you tell them apart, even with your eyes closed. It not only reveals their identity, it also adds to their aura. The raven sounds as if it's been watching the world for centuries, from the top of an abandoned tower. Ravens are extremely adaptable, but they prefer mountainous areas, cliffs, forests, and wild places. They're territorial birds that are rarely seen in cities. They like the heights, the remote, the quiet. By contrast, rooks are much more urban and social. You'll see them in farmland, parks, towns, cities, even perched on power lines. Their scientific name, frugiligus, means fruit eaters, and their lives are tied to environments where they can find food easily. Ravens build large nests out of branches, set in high places like cliffs or tall trees. They are very faithful. They usually form lifelong pairs. The female lays between 3 and 7 eggs, and both parents take part in incubation and care. What's curious is that young ravens remain with their parents for a long time, even more than a year, patiently learning the laws of the world. Rooks, on the other hand, nest in colonies. Many nest together, like a bustling neighborhood. They also lay between 3 and 7 eggs, but their chicks are more independent. In their communities, there is a less hierarchical social structure than that of the raven. Ravens are opportunistic omnivores. They eat everything: meat, fruits, insects, trash, even other birds. They are scavengers par excellence, but also hunters and foragers. Their intelligence allows them to use tools and solve problems to obtain food. They can eat anything from fruit to dead animals. They even steal food from other species. The rook is also omnivorous, more humble yet ingenious, feeding on grains, fruits, insects, and earthworms. Its life is closely tied to rural and agricultural environments, and its strength lies in the group. Many eyes searching, many voices alerting. Both species share something in common: their intelligence to survive. But ravens seem to have the evolutionary edge. They recognize human faces, form alliances, hold grudges, and even hold funerals when one of their own dies. This is where mystery turns into legend. The raven has been a symbol of wisdom, death, magic, and transformation since ancient times. In Norse mythology, Odin had two ravens, Hugin and Munin, who brought him news from the world. In many cultures, a raven that appears without reason is a portent, and not a joyful one. The rook, though less legendary, also carries symbolism. It embodies the spirit of teamwork, shared intelligence, and adaptability. Ravens usually live in pairs or small family groups. They're very territorial and don't tolerate the presence of other adults who aren't part of their circle. By contrast, rooks are gregarious. They live in large flocks, sleep together in communal roosts, and communicate constantly. So if you see a single blackbird flying majestically, raven. If you see 20 squawking in a tree, rooks. And pay attention to this fascinating detail. A group of ravens is known as a murder. Yes, like murder. A term that sounds straight out of a mystery novel or a horror movie. But it's no coincidence. For centuries, ravens have been tied to death, the occult, and the prophetic. Their presence on battlefields and in ancient cemeteries only reinforced that dark symbolism. By contrast, a group of rooks is called a congregation, a word that evokes community, gathering, even a touch of spirituality. Pure coincidence, or a living metaphor that reflects their true natures? The words we use to name them don't just describe. They reveal what deep down we've always felt about them. And that, perhaps, already says more about these birds than we thought we knew. Both birds belong to the corvids, one of the most intelligent groups in the animal kingdom. But ravens are on another level. They solve puzzles, use tools, and remember human faces. In several cultures, they're even considered guardians of ancient secrets. Did you know that ravens were already prowling the battlefields long before the word scavenger even existed? Their intelligence is as unsettling as it is admirable. There they were, amid the fog and smoke, perched on dead branches or atop the remnants of ancient armor, silently waiting for their dark feast. They didn't arrive by instinct. They arrived by understanding. They knew what was going to happen before the fight was over. Ravens don't just watch the world. They understand it. And that makes them something far more fascinating and mysterious than we usually imagine. And then, why does it matter to tell them apart? Because it's not just a matter of a name. It's like confusing a wolf with a dog. Similar, yes, but not the same. One is a living myth, the other an urban survivor. And both deserve our respect. Learning to distinguish them is seeing the world with more clarity, with more detail. It's choosing not to overlook the wonders of everyday life. It's training your gaze and awakening curiosity. So the next time you look up at the sky and see a black silhouette flying in silence or cawing from the branch of a tree, stop, listen, observe. Because now you have the eyes and ears of someone who knows the secret. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Not everyone can handle so much wing, feather, and mystery without taking off. Now you're part of that secret elite who knows a raven isn't the same as a rook, even if at first glance they look like cousins at a family dinner. And what comes next? Better not tell you just yet. So you know the drill. Subscribe, give it a like, turn on the bell, and join me on this journey where nature, science, animals, and mystery fly together. Until then, keep your eyes on the sky. Because the most astonishing secrets sometimes just fly by.